Hi, thanks for joining me for another 60-minute Vinyasa practice. We'll begin right away in Shavasana whenever you're ready. And just allow yourself a moment to adjust your body so you feel the weight of your muscles and bones drop comfortably into the earth. And then start to deepen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. And as you deepen your breath, begin to deepen your awareness of this moment here and now. Start to dig a little bit deeper into your heart and mind space and see what is present, what maybe is unnecessary for these 60 minutes that you can set aside, and then what you would like to cultivate, what you would like to create from the time and energy that you offer into your practice on your mat today. Recognizing that these 60 minutes and the energy that you offer them can be the fuel to manifest what it is that you desire, or at least to take a step in that direction. So bringing to heart and mind your intention for your practice, your focus point, the direction that you're moving in, that you would like to support. And as you hold that right at the forefront, go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Start to spread your fingers, your toes, circle with your ankles, your wrists. On an inhalation, reach your hands up and overhead into a full body stretch. And with your exhalation, start to gather your knees into your chest. Maybe circle your knees in one direction as you breathe in to massage your low back across the earth. Then just change directions as you breathe out. Eventually, both hands will interlace on top of your right shin. Lengthen your left leg forward and let it rest heavy to the earth. Feel that long line from the crown of your head all the way down through your left heel, and take a deep breath into your belly. And then with exhale, start to shift into your supine twist. So let your right knee drape over you. Feel your right shoulder release heavy towards the ground. And move 2 rounds of breath across your right side. And as you come back through center, keep your right knee hugged into your body. And recreate that length from crown to tail to left heel. Once you feel the length in your spine, start to bend your left knee and eagle wrap your right thigh on top of your left. Zip your shins together, flex your feet, and try to lengthen out your left and right side bodies. Okay. Hug to the midline, squeezing tight to your center, and then go ahead and eagle wrap your right arm underneath your left. So it's like you're in full Gurudasana, but on your back body. On an in-breath, start to tap your left heel forward and down to the earth. Reach your fingertips up and overhead. With exhale, contract, draw your elbows and your knees together, shoulders and maybe hips all rise off the earth. Then inhale, open, expand, left heel taps. Exhale, crunch up and in. Then inhale to open. And exhale, close. Last two here. Breath in, feel your core create the motion. Okay, no momentum, your muscular energy lifts everything to the center. One more time, your core controls the expansion and your core controls the contraction. Hug everything up and in, find a little squeeze, a little hang time. Let your head and shoulders release, unwind your arms, unwind your legs, and bring your knees to your chest. Your knees open wide, modified happy baby. Take a breath through your nose. Maybe open mouth, exhale, release. As you bring your knees to the center, take both hands to your left shin, extend your right leg out and down. Feel that long line of energy again. It's time from your crown to your right heel. Breathe in deeply. And exhale out completely as you twist your left knee across your body to the right. Find 2 cycles of slow and steady breath. And when you move back through the midline, return to your wind removing pose shape first. So left knee in, head, shoulders relax, tailbone stretches forward, right heel stretches forward. Maintain the length in your spine. Start to eagle wrap your left thigh on top of your right. Zip your legs together, inner thighs and shins hug strong. Feel length in both left and right side bodies. Then sweep your left arm underneath your right for your eagle arms. With an inhale, tap your right heel forward and down, reach your fingertips up and overhead. Keep your front ribs knit together. And exhale, lift your head and shoulders, lift your hips. Feel everything rise up and into the sky. Then inhale to expand slow. Exhale, squeeze into the center. Everything contracts. Then inhale to tap open. Exhale to squeeze. And last 2, your breath in, your breath out. Final time here, inhale, open. Your exhale, crunch up and into close, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Then release, relax, unwind. Modified or maybe full happy baby, just a big breath through your nose. Shoulders out of ears, open mouth, exhale, let that whole breath out. And start to make your way to tabletop pose, all fours. And either rock and roll or tip to your left or to your right. And then bring your shoulders to stack above your wrists, your hips above your knees. As you open your fingers wide. On your next inhale, lift through your heart, lift through your tail, find your cow pose. Pull the earth towards you, and then exhale to your cat pose, push the earth down and away. Find that roundedness to the back of your heart. And then inhale to neutral. Bring your left knee to the center of your mat. You're going to cross your right knee behind. Split your shins wide as if you're going to go Mukasana. So just shift your hips back. Your left knee can lift off the earth. Okay, flex your feet maybe. Make sure your knees feel healthy. And let your hips start to open up here. And one more breath in. And out. Then we're going to shift forward. Okay. Unwind your legs. And just a simple switch. So you'll bring your right knee to center. Cross your left knee behind your right. Start to split your shins wide. And then start to shift your pelvis back. And again, now your right knee can lift off of the earth. Send your tailbone straight back if you can, so link through both left and right side bodies. And just take 2 to 3 slow breaths. And you might not be as far back as I am here, you might be a little further forward. Make sure you listen to your hip space. And of course, make sure your knees still feel healthy and supported. Well, from here, you're gonna shift forward, unwind again, just coming back into your tabletop shape. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your tail. Exhale, walk your hands forward on a Hatasana. Melt your heart to your mat. Keep your hips high. And take a full breath into the back of your heart space, your thoracic spine. And then exhale, your hips sink towards your heels, child's pose. Maybe bend at your elbows, bring forehands to the nape of your neck, root down through your elbows, hug your elbows energetically towards your knees without actually moving them. So you feel your triceps and maybe your upper back receive a stretch. Take a breath. Then you release your hands forward. Make your way through tabletop and spine into downward facing dog. So just following that intuitive wisdom of your body. Eventually tuck your toes and send your pelvis up and back. Now check on the intention in your hands, fingers really wide, maybe pedal through your feet. And the buoyancy beneath your armpits, and then melt your heart, let your head fall heavy. That lift of your sits bones, maybe a little softness in your knees. The energy presses down through your hands, and then that translates up through your entire spine to your tailbone. And inhale, lift your heels high. Then exhale, wander forward to the top of your mat into your forward fold. So your knees bend, let your head relax heavy to the earth. Imagine a block between your shins. Hug your shin bones to the midline. Let your sits bones spread wide. Maybe shift a little bit forward and back. Then soft knees, long spine. Take a breath in and lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Pull your tailbone to the sky. And exhale, forward fold release. Next inhale brings you all the way to standard Urdhva Hastasana, reach up high. Exhale, goddess, your arms, elbows open wide. Let your hands fall beside you and then swan dive forward, forward fold. And halfway lift breath in. Right, step your left foot back as you breathe out. Inhale to your cow pose, hover through your left knee, open through your heart. And exhale to your cat pose, lengthen both your legs. And bend into your right knee. Root through your hands, three-legged dog. Use your core to lift your right leg to the sky. Take an inhalation. And then bend your knee and open your hip on your exhalation. Then your half dog, square your shoulders to the earth. Feel your right glute active. Three-legged dog, breath in. High plank pose, shift forward, release your right toes to the earth as you breathe out. And on an in-breath, transfer to your tippy toes. Knees up or down, elbows go straight back as you lower slowly to the earth. Try to keep your triceps active, elbows hugged in, one long line. And untuck your toes, low cobra, press down through your toenails, lift the back of your heart. And exhale to release. You tuck your toes underneath. Then knees up or down, elbows stay hugged in, magnetized to your side bodies. Push to your high plank pose. Downward facing dog, hips go to the sky. From your down dog, use an in-breath, rise your heels up. And exhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the top, forward fold. When you arrive halfway, lift breath in. And exhale to release. Rise on your in-breath all the way up. And exhale to your goddess arms, split your elbows wide. Use the tips of your shoulder blades to scoop your heart forward. Let your hands release beside you. Swan dive, forward fold. Half lift, a breath in, Ardha Uttanasana. Okay, step your right foot to the back of your mat as you exhale. And then inhale, heart reaches forward, right knee goes to a hover. Lengthen your legs to your cat lunge, hamstring stretch, spine goes long. As you rediscover the bend in your left knee, root down through your palms. Use your center strength to lift your left leg up high, inhale. And exhale, bend your knee, open your hip, find your half dog, squeeze through your seat. Give yourself another breath here. Inhale to extend, three-legged dog. High plank pose, exhale, shift your shoulders to stack, release your left toes to the earth. So you breathe in, shift to your tippy toes. Knees up or down, really slowly lower halfway or all the way. Open your heart, up dog or cobra, huge breath in. Go to your down dog on your exhale, push to the tops of your feet. And tuck your toes And feel that energy translate again through your hands, up your arms, all the way to your hip creases. And from your downward facing dog, send your right leg to the ceiling with your inhale. Good. Then take your right knee to your left tricep as you exhale. To your right tricep, breath in. One-legged plank breath out. Stay in one long line from crown to right heel. Lift through your right heel, three-legged dog, feel your glute. And then place your right foot forward to the top of your mat. Dip your left knee to a hover, inhale, cow lunge. And then exhale into a standing split, push through your right foot, sweep your left leg to the sky. Your head relax, bend through your right knee, and step your left foot to the outside of your right foot, bend through your knees. So your pinky toes do not need to match up here. Your knees can bend as much as you'd like. Wander your hands over to the right, feel your left hip crease pull towards the back of your mat. Breathe into your left side body. As you unwind through center, inhale to lift your spine halfway. As you do so, lift your left leg to the sky towards standing split. And exhale to chair pose, land through your left foot. Sink slow, and then push through your heels for your core catch as you lift through your heart and hands. Airplane your arms beside you. And turn your thumbs wide, collarbones go broad. Push down through your heels to an air front ribs in, and then transfer your weight to left foot and flamingo your right heel to your seat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, step your right toes to the back of your mat and reach your hands forward, reaching crescent. Feel that hinge through your body. Breathe in, upper back strong. As you breathe out, bring your hands down to your mat. Keep your right hand low and then twist your left hand to the sky. Stay here, turn all 10 toes to the left to rise and lunge. So you may need to scoot your left foot back a little bit, flex your feet, roll your left shoulder back. Then try to turn your pelvis square to the left long edge of your mat. Think side plank through your right side, push to the heel of your right hand, take a breath in. Turn all 10 toes to your left, wide-legged forward fold as you exhale. Then halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Rotate to your right to the back of your mat, low lunge. Push the earth away, three-legged dog, right leg finds the ceiling on your inhale. And then bend your knee and open your hip as you exhale. Three-legged dog, big breath in. Good, high plank or one-legged plank, exhale. Inhale shifts you forward. Vinyasa or down dog, so move through your flow. Or maybe you make the choice just to lift your hips up and back. And as you find your downward facing dog, use an in-breath to send your left leg to the sky. And exhale, left knee, right tricep cross underneath your body. Inhale, left knee to your left shoulder. Exhale to your one-legged plank. One strong line, three-legged dog, feel your left side and hamstring pull you up and back. And then step your left foot forward to the top of your mat. Dip your right into a hover as you inhale, cow lunge. All the way to your standing splits as you exhale, right leg to the sky. Breathe in at the top, and then bend your knees, step your right foot to the outside of your left. Again, pinky toes do not need to match. As you cross out your shins, wander your hands to the left, and pull your right sitting bone back behind you so your right side body gets a nice deep stretch. So you bring your upper body through center, inhale, lift your spine and lift your right leg together. Chair pose as you exhale, find your seat. There, hip creases pull back, push through your heels, lift up tall. Good, airplane your arms beside you. Transfer your weight to your right foot. So you open through your chest, you'll flamingo your left heel up and think hamstring strength. And push down through the right foot, especially through your heel to help knit your front ribs in. And we're going to step into our reaching crescent. So with control, send your left toes back to keep the hinge as you reach your hands out in front of you. Feel your right finger and plug into your pelvis. Upper back lifts your hands. And release your hands down to your mat. Then twist your right hand to the sky. Twisted low lunge, or again, option for your horizon lunge, all 10 toes turn. So this is more like a sideways half pigeon. It's a stretch for your right glute. Think left side body is like side plank. Push the outside edges of your feet. Pull your right shoulder and right hip back slightly. Good. Inhale, feel your hips rise up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Everything turns to the left. Dive through the center of your thighs. On an in-breath, lift halfway. Exhale to your left, low lunge to the top of your yoga mat. Plant through your palms, use your strong center. Three-legged dog, left leg lifts up high, big breath in. And bend your knee, open your hip as you breathe out. Three-legged dog with an inhale. One-legged or high plank as you exhale. Inhale shifts you forward. Vinyasa or down dog, maintain the integrity of your elbows by your side bodies. Open your chest. And then push down to the tops of your feet so your low belly is the strength to lift your pelvis up and back. And take an inhale here. Maybe an open mouth exhale here. And please lift your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog, breath in. Right into your left tricep, breath out. Hold our one-legged plank with your inhale. Right knee, right shoulder as you exhale. One-legged plank, breath in. Three-legged dog, exhale. Dip your right foot forward to the top of your mat. Dip your left knee to a hover. Inhale your heart through. As you exhale, standing splits, push through your right foot. Exhale, lift your left leg high. Breathe in at the top. Maybe lift your heart. Chair pose, bend your knees, step to your seat. Elevate through your chest. As you airplane your arms, flamingo your right heel to your booty. Now, invitation to keep the airplane arms or to wrap your right arm underneath your left for eagle arms, shoulders out of ears. Send your fingertips and elbows forward, but try to keep that space between your shoulders and your ears so your neck is nice and long. Now step your right toes to the back of your mat just like you did before. Inhale, lift your fingertips to the sky. You're in an eagle-armed crescent lunge. Feel your right hamstring strong. Exhale, crunch your elbows to your belly. Round your spine like a cat. And inhale, eagle fingertips to the sky. Scoot your elbows forward and away from your heart. Good. Exhale to contract. And inhale to lift. One more time here. Exhale, squeeze. Imagine a block between your thighs for stability. Then inhale, fingertips high. And wind your arms into goddess arms. Split your elbows. Hinge forward, airplane your arms beside you with an inhale. Bring your hands down to the earth on your exhale. Plant through your right palm. Twist your left hand high, horizon lunge. Adjust your feet as needed. Option to hold or inhale, sink and reach down. On your exhale, find a pulse. Lift your hips, reach your left hand up and overhead. Yeah, two more like that. And inhale, slow. Go to exhale, slow. One more time, breath in to sink. Now this time, exhale, lift, reach. Continue into your wide-legged forward fold. Take a half lift, breath in. Bend into your right knee, side lunge, breath out. Then rotate to your right, low lunge to the back of your mat. Push the earth away. Lift your right leg to the ceiling on an in-breath. Bend your knee, open your hips, stay here. Find your wild thing. If you step your right toes really lightly behind you, maybe just the tippy toes, then spin your heart open to the sky. Find a breath in and out. Three-legged dog. Plant your right hand, push the earth away. Deep in breath. Shift forward, high plank or one-legged plank. Good. Vinyasa or a down dog. You decide to move through your flow, or maybe you choose to skip it this round. And we'll find second set, and then we'll take a little pause in child's pose for a moment. So when you're ready, use an inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, left knee, right tricep. One-legged plank breath in. Left knee, left shoulder, breath out. One-legged plank, continue to push to the ball of your right foot. Three-legged dog, for your left glute and hamstring pull you to the sky. Big step forward, left foot to the top of your mat. Sink your right knee to a hover. Open your heart. Standing splits, pull your right leg all the way to the sky. Keep your right leg high, lift your heart, breath in. Chair pose, bend your knees, sink low through your seat with an exhale. Feel your core strong, rise through heart and hands. Just put your sits bones wide. Feel that same squeeze of an imaginary block between your shins. And airplane your arms as you move your weight to right foot. Then flamingo your left heel up. Proud through your chest. Shine your heart forward, unlock through your sternum. Option to eagle wrap your left arm underneath your right. Find the integrity in your upper body, so keep the spaciousness around your neck as you scoot your elbows and fingertips forward. Slowly step your left toes to the back of your mat. And then lift your eagle arms. Eagle armed crescent lunge, big breath in. Then exhale, crunch your elbows towards your belly, round to the back of your heart, feel your upper back stretch. Two more, inhale, fingertips high. Good, exhale, crunch. One more time like this. Inhale, lift elbows up and away. Exhale to contract. Good, your inhale to lift. Exhale, goddess, your arms unwind. Hinge forward to your airplane arms. Release your hands to the earth as you breathe out. Plant your left palm, horizon lunge, all 10 toes turn to the right. Maybe scoot your right foot back. Spin your sternum up to your right thumb, lift your right fingers, and inhale, sink low. And exhale, lift your hips, reach up and over to keep the squaring of your pelvis. And two more. Just make sure this feels healthy through your left shoulder and wrist. Now this time as we rise up, turn all 10 toes to the right. Wide-legged forward fold like before. Halfway lift, find extension. Bend your left knee, side lunge. We'll turn to our left, low lunge to the top of our mat. As you root through your hands, lift your left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Option to bend your knee, open your hip. Stay your wild thing, maybe step behind. Feel that stretch across your front line as you turn your heart open to the sky. One inhale and one exhale. Three-legged dog, your left hand lands, your left leg lifts with a big breath in. And exhale, shift forward, one-legged plank or high plank. Vinyasa or down dog, your chosen transition. Eventually, arriving into your child's pose. So let your knees settle down to the earth. Reach your hips to your heels. And then just commit to 3 slow breaths. Good. When you're ready to transition, if you would like a sip of water, go ahead and grab a sip of water. We'll be moving back into tabletop pose in a moment. Then we're going to round out the final big layer of this flow. We'll shift into some deeper stretching, and then it will be Shavasana before you know it. Maybe bring back to mind your intention, your focus point. Perhaps you notice if any clutter has crept into your mind space. Then if you'd like to set that aside, making the choice to filter out the things that do not serve you, so that you are in control of what is taking up your mind space. Yeah? And go ahead and find all fours. Maybe just kind of wag your hips a little bit side to side. Okay, from your tabletop shape, when you're ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. So start to tuck your toes. Send your pelvis up and back. Offer yourself a huge breath through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, release. Then inhale, sweep your right leg to the sky. And on your exhale, take your right knee towards your left tricep. Try to keep squareness in your shoulders. One-legged plank breath in. Right knee, right shoulder breath out. One-legged plank with an inhale. Stay in one long leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, push. Breathe in, lift your right leg a little higher. And then breathe out and step your right foot forward to the top of your mat. Dip your left knee to a hover cow lunge. Send your heart through. And exhale to your standing splits. Breathe in, lift your heart, keep your left leg lifted. Breath out to cheer pose, bend your knees and sink into your seat. Lift your heart and hands. Then airplane your arms, flamingo your right heel to your seat. Invitation to keep airplane arms or sweep your right arm underneath your left for your eagle arms. And fingers and elbows forward, shoulders back. Hold here or lengthen into an eagle armed airplane pose. Okay, feel your fingertips stretch your sternum forward. Push down with your left foot to help knit your front ribs in. Maybe there's a micro bend with your left knee, lengthen your left side body. Use your right obliques, keep your hips square. So you step your right toes to the back of your mat, feet about hips distance apart. Inhale your eagle fingertips to the sky. With your exhale, crunch your elbows towards your belly. Maybe dip your right into a hover to lift the front of your pelvis with your core. And inhale, lift, and then lengthen through your right leg. Two more, exhale, crunch, maybe dip. Inhale, lift, and lengthen. One more time here, exhale to contract. Inhale to rise. Unwind into your goddess arms, feel your elbows split open. Then airplane your arms beside you. And release your hands down to the earth. Plant through your right palm, turn all 10 toes to the left, horizon lunge. Breathe in to sink down. As you breathe out, rise up, turn all 10 toes to your right. Bend your right knee, side lunge. Then turn to the right, low lunge to the back of your mat, all 10 toes rotate. Push the earth away, lift your right leg to the sky, please, three-legged dog with your inhale. The knee to nose as you exhale. One-legged plank breath in. Three-legged dog, breath out. Inhale here. Place your right foot forward with an exhale. Shift into a standing split, left leg to the sky. Now listen, this is a tricky transition. We're gonna bend both knees. Bring your left knee into your chest. Sink your seat down. As you push through your right foot, lift through your heart space. Start to rise with your left leg all the way up. Ekapada Tadasana, your one-legged mountain pose. Then inhale here. Maybe hands to heart with your exhale. Bend through your right knee. So just stack your left thigh on top for eagle legs. Zip your legs together. And bend into your knee so much just like you're sitting in a chair. Lift your navel. Let your shoulders shift back above your hips. Okay, if you want a full eagle pose, you'll wrap your left arm underneath your right. Hug to the midline, shoulders draw down. Okay, take a moment to be here. And you slow down your breath to help provide your body a sense of calm here. We're going to unwind into our one-legged Tadasana. So unwind your arms, we circle, sweep them high. Bring your left knee with you. And exhale, headed to our standing splits. Bend your right knee, start to dive to the earth. Bring your hands to your mat, lift your left leg to the sky with an inhale. Here's our grand finale. Exhale, Shiva squat, bend, tap, lift through your heart, sink through your booty. Inhale, standing splits. Last two, exhale, bend and tap. Then inhale, standing splits. You can also challenge your balance as you exhale to dip. Maybe hands come to heart for a moment. Back to standing splits. Step your left foot to the back of your mat, low lunge. Plant your hands. Right foot follows one-legged or high plank, breath in. Vinyasa or down dog, your chosen transition. Honoring what your body needs in this moment. So we all meet back, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Maybe open a mouth, exhale to release. And from your down dog, inhale your left leg to the sky. Then exhale, take your left knee to your right tricep. One-legged plank, inhale. Left knee, left tricep as you exhale. One-legged plank, breath in. Three-legged dog, push as you exhale out. Inhale, stretch. Then step your left foot forward as your lungs empty again. Right knee comes to hover cow lunge. Standing splits on your exhale. Keep your right leg high. Inhale to invite your heart up and forward. Chair pose, step to your seat as you bend through your knees. Lift your heart, lengthen. Airplane your arms, flamingo your left heel to your seat. Option to sweep your left arm underneath your right to eagle arms. Hold or find your eagle armed airplane pose. Maybe you might bend into your right knee to help lengthen through your right side body. Find that stretch through your limbs. Take one more breath here. Step your left toes lightly to the earth. Inhale, lift your heart and hands to the sky. On your exhale, dip your left knee, crunch your elbows to your center. Then inhale up and out. Two more. The dips of your left knee are an option. So help deepen a little bit more in terms of stretch and strength. Last time here, contract. Inhale, rise. Unwind into your goddess arms. Find your airplane hinge. Release your hands to the earth. Horizon lunge, right hand sweeps to the sky, all 10 toes to the right. Inhale to dip low, reach back. As you lift and turn all 10 toes to the left until your left knee bends, side lunge. Sit bones wide, rotate to your left, low lunge to the top of your mat. From here, push the earth away. Three-legged dog, inhale your left leg tall. Exhale, knee to nose. One-legged plank, breath in. Three-legged dog, breath out. Left foot forward to the top. Standing splits, right toes to the sky. Bend both knees, bring your right knee to your heart. Sink your booty like you're sinking to a chair pose. Lift your heart and gaze, slow motion, rise with your right knee all the way up. Ekapada Tadasana. Big breath in and exhale your hands to the center of your chest. Start to bend deeply through your left knee. Stack your right leg on top of your eagle leg, zip your shins and thighs together. Zip in through your center, lean your shoulders back, draw your front ribs in. You want full eagle, sweep your right arm underneath your left. And shoulders down, elbows forward, fingers up. Breathe. Two more slow breaths. We're going to our standing splits. You choose how you unwind. You might unwind through one-legged Tadasana and then start to dive down. Take all the time you need to rediscover your standing splits. Right leg high. Start to bend and tap Shiva squat. Hands or no hands. You'll push to extend. Last two breaths. I know it's a lot. We are close. Push to extend. Final time here, your Shiva squat. Through your standing splits, right toes to the back of your mat. High plank or one-legged plank with your inhale. Vinyasa or down dog, your exhale. All the way home. Drop your knees down, maybe wide. Child's pose, hips to heels. Okay, 3 cycles of breath. When you're ready to lift up, push the earth away. Just find a seat, start to sweep your legs forward. And shift to the front of your yoga mat. I'm going to turn slightly to diagonal so you can see a little bit better, but we're going to take Gomukhasana, right? Legs, and then you could also choose to have a little bit of a different variation in your legs if that's too much. So for Gomukhasana, what we'll do is let's start with our left leg. So maybe start with a cross-legged seat. Right shin in front of your left. Yeah. If you want a little bit more, you could also take double pigeon, right shin stacked on top of your left, flex your feet. If you're wanting Gomukhasana, you're going to scooch your right knee across and your left knee across. So your knees are stacked, your shins are split, similar to what we were doing in our tabletop shape at the very beginning. Both sitting bones are on the earth, flex your feet, make sure your knees feel healthy. It's kind of like your legs are a capital T, so shins are long, your thighs create the base. Now for this, maybe you plant your right hand down beside you and you reach your left hand up and over for a side body stretch. Breathing in and out. You could stay here, or then inhale, rise up tall. And on your exhale, maybe hinge over your Gomukhasana legs and your mat. Let your head fall heavy. And again, for the bottom half, this would also be a cross-legged seat or double pigeon. Breathe your sitting bones down into the ground, so there's a rootedness to your pelvis. And then feel that extension, the length travel up your spine. Take one more breath in and out. So to push the earth away, just gently unwind your legs, maybe help them out. You might windshield wiper your knees a little bit from side to side in between. And then we'll find second side. So you might take your left shin in front, cross-legged seat. You could take your left shin on top, so shins are stacked. Fire logs or double pigeon. Maybe you shimmy your right foot to the left, your left knee across. Knees are stacked, shins move away from you, so feet away from your hips. Okay, both sitting bones are rooted. Option for the side body stretch here, you could also just stay tall. Left hand grounds, right hand reaches up and overhead. You can push down and away through your left hand to kind of press space into your right side body if you'd like to. Maybe lean your right shoulder back as you take 2 more breaths. And from the side body stretch, stay or inhale to lengthen tall, and exhale, lean forward any amount. So again, this hinge forward is an option for whatever leg variation you've chosen to work with. 3 steady rounds of inhale in and exhale out. Maybe let your head fall heavy. And start to push the earth away and just mindfully unwind your legs. Perhaps on more windshield wiper, side to side. And then we're going to slowly transition onto the back body. So if you'd like a sip of water, now is a good chance to grab one. Otherwise, at the top of your mat, flex your feet. Press your heels down to the ground and then hug your heels towards your booty with your core strength. So you feel your heels hug in towards your seat, feel your navel pull back to your spine. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, root down and pull your heels towards you as you exhale, maybe about halfway down. Pause for an inhale. And again, exhale, heels down and towards you. As you use your core to lower you all the way to the earth, finding a full body stretch at the bottom. Big breath in. Bring your right knee towards you as you breathe out. Inhale deeply. And exhale, right knee stacks on top of left for eagle leg twist. Let your knees tip over to your left. Maybe your right shoulder releases to the earth. Maybe your gaze falls to the right. I like to untuck my left shoulder blade here. You could do so as well. Now from here, keep your right knee where it is. Just lengthen your left leg forward like you're in a traditional supine twist. You might kind of scooch your left hip underneath your right. We're gonna roll into a belly down half frog. So allow yourself to roll off of your mat. Right knee slides to the right. You roll onto your belly, make a pillow for your forehead with your hands. Now you have the option just to stay here in this hip opening, or you could bend your left heel to your seat. Maybe catch that with your left hand so you get a quadricep stretch. Right through the left side, an external hip opening to the right side, and this belly down grounding sensation. Okay, last 2 breaths. If you have your left leg bent, go ahead and release your left leg long. Reach your left hand towards the back wall where the crown of your head is reaching. That way you can roll into your back body, your left arm isn't in the way. And then start to bring your right knee in for a moment. Exhale, send your right leg long. And bring your left knee into your left shoulder, so you're in your moving pose, second side. And then start to find your eagle leg twist, left thigh over your right. Let your knees fall to the right and gaze to the left. And just as much as you need to. And find at least 2 more steady cycles of breath. Now keep your left knee across your body. Send your right leg long. And slowly start to roll into your belly down half frog, second side. I'm going to scooch a little bit more because I have a wall in my way. And as you find that belly down half frog, then you can just stay as is there, or bend your right heel in and maybe catch that with your right hand. Try to keep your knee hugged into the midline, so it's displaying wide. Maybe you draw your navel up and in slightly. One more breath here. Eventually release your right leg long. Reach your right arm in the opposite direction. Roll into your back body. And this time bring both knees into your chest. Let's take a moment here, hugging to the midline. Maybe curl your nose up to your knees as well. Take a big breath in. And exhale to your Shavasana, your final relaxation. Legs long, arms beside you. And feel the weight of your body fully held by the earth below. Maybe take one last scan through your mind space to see if there is anything that you can set aside or release. As you declutter your mind, just feel yourself getting lighter and lighter, a little bit freer and more clear. And if it would feel good to take a final clearing breath, draw a deep inhale through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let go. And I'll leave you here. May yoga continue to offer us a path to compassion. Every time we step on our mats, a reminder of the path that we have chosen and our commitment to that path. May your practice serve as your teacher, your guide. Lead you to live more authentically and love more deeply each and every day. Thank you so much for joining me, and namaste.